What's up, ladies and gentlemen? ChuckfinleLP Play Sonic Colors Part 6. We are beginning the Asteroid Coaster Zone. And you can see there we get the Purple Frenzy Wisp. This is where we unlock it. This is definitely my least favorite zone in the entire game, and the one that I'm not quite familiar with. So this will probably be a pretty rough experience to watch. I don't actively play it or try to practice it, and while it was the first time I played the game, this was the last zone that I played. Just give me a moment. Sorry about the cut. Yeah, anyway, so oh yeah, you can see how little I actually remember of this level. It was the last level that I played in level order, I guess the zone order, but I cannot remember that much of it for whatever reason. It's I remember that I didn't much care for it myself, and it was a pain in the rear to go through, but that's about all I can remember. You can see there what you have to use. You want to take it easy here. This is a drifting zone, and they definitely tighten the drift up a little bit more. So that is a Nega Wisp, and that is used to destroy everything. And as you go along, it will begin to get bigger the more you eat, and the bigger it gets, the slower it goes, and the more of the bar that it will use to destroy things. And that's pretty much what the Nega Wisp is. You can see here you can die if you fall into the green sludge, so you do want to be very careful while going through here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Outside of the coaster, outside of using the coaster elements, it's a fairly easy zone, I guess. The coaster elements do become a pain every now and again, especially when you have to jump from coaster to coaster. It's a pretty decent what's the right it doesn't mess you over by making you not jump on the coaster, making you fly off the coaster if you wait too long. Oh crap! If you do ride along the coaster and you do happen to fall off, oh crap! You're supposed to jump on those capsules up there. At least I can stay up a little bit higher now instead of dropping down there. I would like to not drop down there. That's the way that I went last time that I played through here. I kind of remember this second. I don't remember up here, but I do remember down there. And down there's a bunch of pain and sadness. And there you go. There's a red star ring if you stay up there, and that's pretty much what you have to do to get a lot of the red star rings. So you can see here you have to jump on the brown asteroids. You cannot jump onto the black asteroids. There is no way to jump onto them. You know, it's not like it's outlawed or it'll kill you or anything, but the game won't let you. So you have to be very careful, and you have to make sure that you land on it. So you can see here there are some egg pawns with guns, and the gravity will change. So you do have to be careful while going through these sections as well. And this will show off the 2D aspects of using the Purple Frenzy and what it does by destroying all of these blocks. I'm not sure if you can actually quit using, or tap the Z button to quit using the Purple Wisp, but I know if you do hit a spring or a ring or whatever, you will stop using it. So that is something useful. It's the slower it gets and the bigger it gets, it is kind of hard to handle. It's kind of hard to handle by itself either way, but the bigger it gets, the worse it is to handle, and the less fun it is. You can see now we have unlocked the Purple Wisp for every single zone, which is always useful and good. and that will be the primary wisp that you use. I believe you will use a few other colors, but not too many. The purple wisp is the one that you use the most here on Asteroid Coaster. So yeah, I'd like to I'll wait and to see if I can save. Oh crap! Save. There's probably a red star ring in one of those boxes. I wouldn't be surprised if there was. Alright, so you can see here, similar to the blocks in Eggman Land, these will open on... Oh, there's a red star ring down there. Crap, I don't want to go down there, but... Oh, well, I guess I will. Just wait for the springs to... No, we'll just wait for the springs to throw you around, and you will get back up there. I won't go for that white wisp capsule. That's stupid. You know, that's an unnecessary risk. I guess it was also an unnecessary risk to jump back and go for that red star ring. You can see what these blocks will do. They will push you off if you do jump onto them, just like the ones in Robotnik Land would. So you do want to be very careful while going along through here and traveling along through here. It's not as well. What the? Okay, that was weird. Let's see if we can go back the right way now. I don't know why it's not letting me go up. It's almost like it's glitching through the floor and stopping me. Oh, maybe boosting had something to do with it. Maybe I boosted in the wrong section or something like that. Now this is all automated while you're running along through the section. Just once you start using the homing attack, that's when it becomes player controlled again. But when you're running around on that moon and everything else, that's all the game's controlling it through there. But this, I guess, Act 1 is just the coaster sections of Asteroid Coaster are bad. Everything else past that is actually pretty fun. You know, using the Nega Wisp, as you can see, it does go slower. You cannot quit using it by tapping the Z button. I tried there right at the end, and I couldn't get it to do it. So that means you can't stop using it, which is useful. You know, it is a pain when you accidentally stop using a wisp power like that. Yeah, the red star ring I'm not going to worry with right now. Right on this level through this section is not that fun. I will admit. And there are a few red star rings hidden. I guess it's just one hidden through this section, but it is a pain to get through here. I believe you have to travel all the way to the right to get out. Yeah. To the left is just a tin ring and maybe another white wisp box or a capsule. Now to trip that post, you want to use the spin jump to make your jump go up, to increase the height of your jump. Oh crap, I don't like that. Anytime it has that triangle or that exclamation box, you never want to go along that path like that. So we'll just try to stay up a little bit higher. Okay, let me see. Okay, so you have to backtrack here and go back this way. Time it just a little bit better here, timing it and using the spin jump to before you use the double jump will definitely help you out. You can you can also run. Okay, you can also run, and that will help you out a lot as well. Trying to get a running start, that will help while you're jumping. You want to be very careful through here. Obviously, you want to take your time and time everything just right so that you don't end up doing that. Well, that's a shame. Let's see if we can get through here just a little bit faster. There's a red star ring. I guess that's the last one if you wanted to go for it. I, however, don't. Let me see if I'll try to go for it again. little easier path than running along here. Let me see. Okay, let's just hope we don't die. And, that'll be one less red star ring that I have to put in a video, and hopefully I can make that video a little shorter by going after this red star ring here. I know I kind of leave a lot of the red star rings, just say, hey, I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to put a video, I'm going to make a video mentioning all of the, just specifically for the red star rings, and I know that kind of seems like I'm just trying to make an extra video, but I'm not. I do try to go for the red star rings, but because it's a lot harder to go after S ranks, especially in this game, compared to other Sonic games, and there's a whole bunch of videos detailing where all of the red star rings are, and there's not too many videos that show how to get S ranks. That's what I try to do. Obviously I'm failing even at that, but that's what I try to go for each and every level. And you can see here we use the pink and blue wisps and we don't use the Mega Wisp for this time. And you can hear the gold ring right here at the beginning. Let me see. I think it's around here somewhere. I hate that. And now you stop to sit through here and waste time. Yeah, I'm not that stupid. You actually, I believe you have to use the pink wisp to get this one, if I'm not mistaken. And there's the gold ring over there. Now you want to be careful through here. Anytime you have to deal with these tri-springs, it is always a pain to deal with. You can, if you can find a blue wisp, you can obviously ride along the bottom of that and try to do a little bit better. You can run along the bottom, it'll be safer, you won't have to deal with the tri-spring. But you also will not get this red star ring if you do take if you can. Crap, I mistimed it. If you can get a blue cube wisp, you will not be able to get that red star ring. So if you're just trying to go for the S rank, I would definitely suggest doing that. But that all depends on if you can even find a. Okay, I don't know how to do this. You have to not use the boost yet. You want to kind of get in the middle a little bit more of that group of blocks and then use the boost. Or it's not like a boost, it's more like a jump dash. It's kind of like using the homing attack to get a dash effect. So what you want to do is time it. Now use it. There we go. And now we can either use a blue wisp to go along the bottom, or we can use a pink wisp. And I think I may go for the pink wisp just to see what's up here. Oh, another. Oh, crud. Where's the spikes at? Come on, get up there. Get up there. There we go. Okay. No, I hit the. There we go. So that's how you can get this life if you want to go after it. That is something that is very useful, going after lives. And so it may seem like we actually have to go backwards through here and get the last. Let's see, the last red star ring first, which is actually very rare and unheard of. Well, maybe not. Yeah, wow, okay. Oh, that's weird. So if you want to go after the red star rings, you can go up top with the pink spike wisp. I obviously didn't, however. Just want to get out of that level. I personally don't like that level. I've already said that I hate Asteroid Coaster by itself, and I do not like that level at all. So I try my best to avoid going through there. But that is Act 3. So here's Act 4. There are no wisps here, which could mean one of several things. It could mean we have to use a bunch of tri-springs, but nope, this is a Motobug race, which is pretty bad because the red star rings will be along different paths that you have to take. You can damage the motobugs by using the, let's see, all the way over here. You can use the motobugs by quick stepping into them or by destroying the big wisp, the big motobug. That will knock out all of the motobugs around. Using the boost definitely does help. Using the quick step, you can gain extra points by doing that. This is another easy level to gain all of the Red Star rings on as well, and is actually a pretty easy level to gain an S rank on. And it's actually, that was the second level that I gained an S rank on my first playthrough through this level, and so you gained four lives. I believe I replaced all of the lives lost in Act 3, and maybe gained one extra one.
What is this place? Whoa. This is where he converts them into the strange, negative aliens with the freaky energy.
There you are. I thought I lost you for a second. Did you find anything interesting? Look at all of them. He's captured thousands of aliens.
Don't worry. We'll get them out.
Sonic, I haven't seen Yacker for a while.
You'll have to excuse me, buddy. I have a generator to shut down.
And that is obviously implying that Yacker could be captured, that Robotnik or Orbot or Cubot could have captured Yacker and turned him into a Mega Wisp. Excuse me, another moment. Sorry about the cut again. Anyway, so you can see here in Act 5 we have to use the Cyan and the Nega Wisps. I've never enjoyed using the Cyan Wisp. I've never gotten the hang of it. It's probably an actually pretty fun Wisp to use, but I've never gotten the hang of it, as I said. The Nega Wisp, however, you know, I've already said how I like it. It's not the best Wisp. I would say the best Wisp would be the either the. Let me see how we get through this one. You may have to get the Frenzy, and then the Frenzy Wisp only travels in one direction. We probably have to use the Cyan Wisp. Will only travel in one direction, and let me see if that's actually what you have to do. Yep, there we go. That may not actually be what you have to do, but you know, that's one way to do it if you need to. And we'll go ahead and turn back into the. Oh, there you go. That works. We'll keep turning into the Cyan Wisp. I think I've gotten a little bit better with it now, and I can continue to use it. Oh wow. Okay. You want to be careful of the egg pawns with the guns. I don't believe they can actually shoot you if they are not on screen, but I may be wrong. It doesn't look like I am, though. For here, you can actually slide underneath those, so you can gain a little bit of extra time if you need to, which is always useful, you know, trying to gain, especially if you're trying to go for an S rank, gaining as much time as possible will always help you out. There we go. And you can see some of the benefits of destroying everything in sight with the Nega Wisp. I've never actually had too much success with this act, trying to go for the S rank. I've always been a few thousand points off, just because of usually trying to go back for that first, Red Star ring. So I powered it up again. I believe it powers up every 30 Red Star rings. I don't know why it powered up when I got 52 for, but you know, hey, whatever. So Act 6 here, we have to use the Nega Wisp once again. And I was gonna say, I'm afraid that this one will be mostly coasters. They'll overwork the coaster aspect here, and that's why I've never much cared for this stage. Is the coaster being forced to use the coaster to travel along. It's not that bad, to be honest, and you can never fall off while you're jumping around on the coaster. Sonic always will make it back onto the coaster while jumping around, but it's just something that I don't like being forced to use. I guess I'm just too paranoid about it, because there's nothing wrong with it, honestly. Just knowing when to jump, and it's not that bad. They do give you the warning triangle, as I like to call it. That will say, hey, get ready to jump or you're gonna die, which is always useful. I wish more games would actually warn you for things like that. Here you want to be careful because the platforms will send you right up into the spikes. You can either, I believe you can actually, ow, you want to be careful through here because of the fan there, and that's how you get this red star ring. I don't know how the water is suspended like that. Probably something having to do with gravity, this being a space, and Robotnik talking about it being in 0 G's and all that, so it's probably, and the gravity being moved around, I'm sure that's what it's got to be. But this is another kind of halfway water zone. It's not a true water zone in the sense of like Aquarium Park. That made no sense. And looks like I lost the ability too. There's probably a red star ring in there, or in a few of these boxes, or either that, or it just helps you get through here a little bit faster. That's probably what it does. By the looks of things, it probably only helps you get through there a little bit faster. I don't think that was a red star ring on that top left column of springs, but it very well may have been. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. Now these are kind of caterpillar-esque enemies. That appeared in Sonic. The caterpillar first appeared. You want to be careful through here because I don't believe you can actually fall off the sides of the platform, but I'm not 100% sure if that is actually true or not. It looks like you can fall off, so I always just say be cautious of things like that. I don't believe there should be anything that will chase you there, but it looks like there may have been a rock or something that could have came out and chased you. Okay. All you have to do is just destroy the eye in the middle here. It will throw off the gravity. Now he will have lasers, and the gravity field will get bigger. So it will mess with you a little bit more. And I almost had 100 rings. It's a shame. I never actually had 100 rings in this game before, I don't believe. And we'll just boost all the way to the end, and there you go. So that was Act 6. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be initially, but it was still pretty bad. I believe this is a pretty good way to, I believe that's a pretty good way to break the number, 3 numbers instead of just 2, and the letter, if you can kind of break them in a little cluster like that. And you can see we have to use the Rocket Wisp for this one.
I don't like what you're doing to my friends in there. It's messed up. So I'm gonna mess you up. Yeah, that's right. Stretching. Got a problem with that? I want to be able to fully enjoy taking you apart without some cool muscle slowing me down. Okay, now I'm ready. Of course, if you want to run away, please feel free. There's no shame in it. Well, maybe a little shame. You guys don't talk much, do you? Fair enough. Don't say I didn't warn you.
You remember back in part 5 when I was saying something about the dialogues getting worse? Well, there you go. So this is just like the
Chase that ship down and start wailing away.
the
Don't be surprised when it warps. Find it again and blammo!
so that's something new, it warping away. But it's just like the Orkan, the frigate Orkan, or the Orkan frigate, not Organ. This is the Scullion frigate, or the frigate Scullion, or something like that. I don't remember the exactly what it's called. But it acts just the same, except this time this one will disappear, and it will throw asteroids at you. All you have to do is just dodge the asteroids. You know, nothing special, nothing important. It will then, however, do this, which will shoot the machine gun at you until it reaches a certain point, and then it will disappear again, appear right in front of you, drop some more boxes, actually some asteroids, then some boxes. You can, I don't believe you can actually jump, you know, I don't believe you can jump, well, you could jump into them. I don't know why you, oh, okay, I know why you'd want to use the orange wisp, so I'll just wait to use the orange wisp here in a moment. I'll use it in a minute. And you want to, every opportunity you can, you always want to use the quick step, and you can see that the wisp power up appears that it is sleeping. That means you cannot use it in this section, so you do want to be careful about that. And it stinks I do not have any rings while I'm going to do this section. Oh, there we go. Ah, crap. Don't. Oh well. Let's see. I think you can actually damage it here now. No? Maybe. I don't think I did, though. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't damage it. But at least it got me doing this a little bit quicker, so I'm happy. I think you're actually supposed to use it on the boxes instead of actually what I did, or what I used it for. Come on. There we go. That top eye is a pain to actually reach. Oh. Always want to dive for the rings whenever you can. Another wisp power up is always useful. Knock out this left engine and the left machine gun, and that should be it. Unless we don't have to actually knock out the machine gun, but it looks like we do have to. And you can, if you notice, those look like egg pawns up there. On the top of it, looks like egg pawn heads. Maybe you may just have to knock this eye out. I don't know. I probably have to knock out that machine gun as well. Now, you can actually run out of quick step bonuses if you use it enough, and I've ran the limit out using the quick step. Yeah, I believe what you're supposed to do here with the orange wisp is you're supposed to either knock out one of the machine guns or just dive up right in front of it, or right up underneath it in the cargo hold where the boxes are. You can see here, not gaining any more quick step bonuses, sadly. Want to be careful through here. You can jump to avoid those low asteroids instead of wasting boost on it. Boost is actually pretty scarce while through this boss fight, so you want to try to save it at all whenever you can. Not destroyed quite yet. Crap. Wow, I'm surprised that machine gun's still functioning. Oh, I guess I have to destroy this right engine. I thought I had, but obviously it looks like I didn't. Dropping the whatever rings, always good to collect a few rings if you can. Excuse me. And so yeah, there you go, almost 1,000,000 points. But probably won't help me with the S. Yeah, I was gonna say no. Probably wouldn't help me with the S rank. Yeah, just to get the A rank, I needed another 53, 53,000, or I guess almost 54,000.
That was almost difficult.
Sonic, you did it!
Couldn't have done it without you, buddy.
Thanks. Hey, we both deserve some kind of reward.
Yeah, let's go to an amusement park or something.
All right, but one that's, you know, less evil than this one.
So, are all the aliens getting free?
Looks like it.
See here, all of the chains are disappearing.
Sweet! The tractor beams are gone. The planets are free.
Was there ever any doubt? I mean, really? Great job, buddy.
With all the generators destroyed, we can blow this joint and head home. We did it, dude.
We? I don't remember you fighting off any insane robots.
True. Well, good job to you on inventing a translator that allowed us to speak to the aliens and figure out exactly what we needed to do so we weren't running around the park looking like idiots. Oh no, wait. That was me.
Good point. Either way, we can get out of this crazy place and go home.
Looks like the aliens are happy to be going home too. I think we're in the middle of a party.
The middle? We are the party. I think we're their guests of honor.
Totally.
Remember what I was saying a few minutes ago about the dialogues getting worse? Well, there you go. Okay, but anyway, so now I'm going to talk about the trivia and all that, standard, what I've been doing at least for this game, and would like to continue doing and for my upcoming projects. What Robotnik says is the next stop, the Asteroid Coaster. Zoom along through and sometimes into space debris, and then lose your lunch in 0G. Asteroid. I'm sorry, just give me a moment. Sorry about the cut again. That should be the last cut. But anyway, Asteroid Coaster is the 6th stage of Sonic Colors. The Asteroid Coaster takes place in an asteroid filled with toxic green acid pools, several gravity-defying high-speed roller coasters, and even several Saturn-like metal planets. Again, this is one of those, like Aquarium Park and Planet Wisp, is, it could either be level 4, 5, or 6, depending on the player's choice. The enemies here are Eggman dressed up as an ogre, and the Caterkiller, as we saw. The boss for this was the Frigate Scullion. A description. The coaster has a prehistoric theme with a track made from bone-shaped pieces and various fossils decorating the surrounding asteroids. The coasters have suicidal tendencies and frequently launch themselves into pits, so you should be ready to jump out at all times. The Purple Wisp is unlocked by completing Act 1 in the Wii version. The Violet Wisp is unlocked by entering the zone for the first time in the DS version. The enemies, the Eggpawns in this level, are dressed up as club-wielding cavemen. Motobugs also appear in Act 4. The Wisps used for this are the Cyan, Orange, Pink, and Pink-Blue in the Frenzy. The Purple Frenzy. Act 1 has Sonic starting off emerging from a giant asteroid on board a coaster. There are rings that can be grabbed by jumping at the right time. By jumping with the right timing. Shortly afterwards, he must jump through some rainbow rings to prevent being thrown into a pit. The Purple Wisp is then introduced, and Sonic uses this to chomp his way through obstacles. A secret path can be explored by breaking the obstacles at the right end of the path. Sonic must then negotiate gaps leading down to pools of green sludge before being catapulted into another coaster. Another pit is coming up, but luckily there is another train to the right which Sonic can jump onto to escape death. There are 2 paths that can be taken after jumping through the booster rings. Either the fans or using the homing attack on the Eggpawns on a nearby platform. After exploring the Nega Wisp factory once again, he is thrown outside where he must use the homing attack on some asteroids to keep going before eventually reaching the goal ring. During this section, there is a part involving some platforms and gravity that inverts above a certain height. For Act 2, in this act, Sonic makes his way up a kind of tower. There are sections of wall here where Sonic... excuse me a moment. Sorry about that. And there are sections of wall here which will push Sonic off of certain platforms, either individually or in pairs if he stays on them for too long, so he has to move quickly. Some act as platforms which must be carefully jumped onto to progress. The Purple Wisp reappears in this act. After leaving the tower, there is another section involving being launched between various objects, during which Sonic must be ready to use the homing attack springs on asteroids. Then there will then be some more pusher walls and confusing gravity flips before reaching the goal ring. Act 3. This act has Sonic starting off close enough for the goal ring to be heard, but he must go out of his way in order to reach it. There are numerous egg pawns that must be defeated first without any rings, so take care. Sonic will come to a section of the yellow tri-spring. The stop action must be used with care to avoid being pushed off by the pusher walls. A switch at the other end will reveal a pink and blue wisp capsule. The blue wisp is unnecessary, but the pink wisp can be used to reach an area above with an extra life and can also be used to exit the area. Collecting all the blue rings along the way for extra points. Sonic can then make his way to the goal ring with aid of the wisps, or optionally reach secret areas by going back to the start and then using wisps to obtain rings and points. Act 4. This short act is a simple race around a planet-like object with some motobugs. A switch on the outside of the track will activate the goal ring. This act is the shortest of the stage and is purely 3D. There are no wisps other than white wisps from destroying the motobugs. Act 5, another short act which takes place indoors. Sonic must use switches to rotate scorching hot barriers like those found in Sweet Mountain. The cyan and purple wisps must be used to progress here. The goal ring is reached upon using Purple Frenzy to destroy some enemies and boxes at the end of the act. Act 6 starts off similarly to Act 1, only this time the system of tracks is much more complex, with several parallel trains to jump onto instead. Rainbow rings can be jumped through to access alternate paths. Eventually Sonic finds himself in freefall, navigating through spiked balls and collecting rings on the way down. The indoor section coming afterwards has platforms helping Sonic up, but there are spikes at the bottom, so he must be ready to step off. There are strange parts involving water suspended in midair which must be passed through, which can be done with the aid of purple wisps. A 3D section ahead contains many badniks, but once again the purple wisp can enable Sonic to deal with them with ease. Towards the act's end, a strange enemy has encountered a robot which can generate spatial rifts around it. To defeat it, Sonic must jump from the rift and use the homing attack at the right time to get through the gaps in the shield surrounding this. Robot takes 3 hits to defeat, and the shield rotates faster with each hit, making it more difficult to hit. Once it is destroyed, a trapdoor opens up which Sonic can fall through, leading to the goal ring and ending the act. The boss fight is the Frigate Scullion. This boss is similar to the Frigate Orkin from Starlight Carnival, but upgraded. Frigate Scullion differs from its predecessor because it is considerably larger than Frigate Orkin. Having 2 machine guns and 2 eyes, it has the ability of teleportation and is able to transport asteroids out of the rifts. After taking a few blows, the warship's covering reveals 12 robots powering the vessel, as opposed to Orkin 6, along with showing the face of the ship, which is rather menacing compared to Frigate Orkin's sad-looking appearance. While damaged, the machine will start smoking. The eyes on its back will glow red as the ship tries harder to defeat Sonic. After taking the final attack, it explodes, drops a cargo of boxes with rings. Rings pop out of the vessel itself, and then finally explodes with a fiery blast. Frigate Scullion is vulnerable to the effect of orange wisp. During the 2D sections, if Sonic transforms into an orange rocket while he's underneath the ship, he can launch himself into its undercarriage, dealing massive damage. Although hitting into any part of the ship deals damage, hitting a part that has already been destroyed does not grant any points to the player. Care has to be taken not to hit the same part more than once when attempting to achieve an S rank. Robotnik's quotes for this stage are: "In space, nobody can hear you scream except for the person sitting next to you, so please be considerate of others. No one likes a screamer. The black hole parade starts in 5 minutes. Don't miss it. It's so entertaining that it sucks you right in. Welcome to the Asteroid Coaster now, where 32% more asteroids. This coaster is not for small children or big babies. Welcome to the Asteroid Coaster, accident-free for 45 minutes. With the owner of a yellow car, license plate 1NOM155, please report to the front gate. Your vehicle is in the path of an asteroid and it's about to get smashed. Never mind. Please be sure your safety belt is properly buckled, or you at least have a really good grip on something. Attention, if you find a gold ring, please return it to the lost and found. Thank you. Please keep your hands and feet inside the car at all times, because there are tiny asteroids traveling at incredible speeds, hurtling through space. Keeping your hands and feet in the car won't prevent you from being hit, but our lawyers tell us we have to say it anyway. Every visitor in the park gets a free blue hedgehog if you can catch one. Please feel free to bring it home or destroy it. Our choice. Please beware of the spikes on the Asteroid Coaster. They are sharp. Really, we have to warn people about spikes. Please beware of the spikes on the Asteroid Coaster. They are sharp. Really? We have to warn people about spikes like they won't notice the spikes? I mean, come on, the cars are nothing but spikes. Unbelievable. What? What is still on? Oh, I'm sure he meant to turn his microphone off, and then he said he's complaining about having to warn people about the spikes. The space sickness you will eventually get is not the responsibility of Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park or its subsidiaries. Send any complaints to the inventor of space. Thank you. Remember to try out one of the new space pops, all the flavor about outer space with only half the radiation. Trivia for this level: when Robotnik announces the yellow car, the license plate number is a reference to Crazy Town's Axle. This is the only place in the game besides Gameland where the sandworm Badnik is seen. Robotnik tells people to refrain from screaming on their ride because of the person sitting next to them, but the cars are all one-seaters. Asteroid Coaster is based off of Eggman Land from Sonic Unleashed. One noticeable concept taken from the Eggman Land is the square platforms in the background in 2D sections. When they flash red, they move forward and can knock Sonic off the 2D plane, costing the player a life. At the end of the 6th act, there is a mini-boss of anti-gravity ball device detailed in the act section here, which is similar to Tropical Resort and Planet Wisp bosses. This stage is the only one to feature a mini-boss. The music is a similar style to Mario Party 8. Mario Party 8's It's a Dead Heat, however, it could be coincidental due to both tracks being using similar instruments. Asteroid Coaster and Terminal Velocity are the only Sonic Color stages not mentioned in Sonic Generations. The 3DS has Tropical Resort as its focused stage and has Aquarium Park, and Starlight Carnival has its unlockable music. The console version has Planet Wisp as its feature stage and has Sweet Mountain and Tropical Resort as its unlockable music. Going into a roller coaster while Supersonic, with a Supersonic option enabled, obviously deactivates the Super State. This forces Sonic to have to collect more rings if his ring counter is below 50 in order to go Super again. Robotnik announces that this ride is not safe for small children or big babies. This may be a reference to the warning on a Flash cartoon entitled Happy Tree Friends. This is likely considering Ken Navarro and Warren Graff are the writers for both the game and the cartoon. So yeah, that's all the trivia for this stage. So thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many asteroids did I use the homing attack on in the entire Asteroid Coaster Zone. I thank you for watching. The next time we will be doing the terminal velocity zone here. So until then, later everyone.